how's it going, everybody? Sarasota Tim coming to you from the doctor's office here in Delray Beach, Florida. Beautiful day. Good news and bad news. But the bad news isn't so bad right now, but I'll tell you why it is bad news. And the good news is really good news for right now. Let me explain. Well, you know, the doctors had me on a short leash ever since we did the operation. You turn this up a little bit. And when I first met this doctor, he's a real matter-of-fact guy. He don't pull any punches with you. He took a look at my eyes. You know, they zoom in there and they look at you. And I have what they call glaucoma. Who's calling me? Who is this? Go ahead. It says 866 Humana. We still on? How you like that? We don't edit around here, folks. So, he first looked at me. He's like, what am I supposed to do? I mean, you haven't been an eye doctor in 40 years. What am I supposed to do? And so basically he was just saying, you know, you've got so much glaucoma damage already. The pressure was so high for so long that the left eye is basically, you know, severely damaged, as he puts it. Has severe glaucoma. And the right eye has glaucoma too. But it's a much better eye in comparison. However, the operation that was done, called the stent, gel stent that was stuck in my eye, was a fail. He has absolutely told me that it didn't work because he said, in his own words, I'm just not going to do these operations anymore on people that are 1,000 miles away. So he thought, and you know, there's no cure for glaucoma. You lose your peripheral. It comes in until finally, beep, you know, lights out. So the stent surgery, what that does is that prevents the pressure. It keeps it down. It keeps it low. And it slows the glaucoma down, like by years, because pressure makes it worse. So that's why people are on these drops. And that was going to be able to get me off drops. And anyway, we did it. I had the red eye, all that stuff. Went to the doctor, got stuck here in Boynton Beach for weeks and days, having to go back every 10 days, every 2 weeks, 1 week. The pressure went real high one time. We got it back down. Then finally, was very pleased. The pressure was down to like 8, 10, 6, whatever. We were hearing these phenomenal numbers. And now it's been a month. And I've been away, and all I've done is drops. I haven't smashed my eye like he just did this morning, which didn't do anything. And my pressure is 16 and 17. I forget which one, you know, but 13 is acceptable. Under 20 is, you know, better than over 20. But he wants it to be like closer to 13, closer to 10. But we're at 17. It's elevated. So I got a new drop now. I'm coming off the one drop, going on another drop, maintaining the same drop I was, but I'm not having to do them 4 times a day. I'm down to morning and night only. So that's good. And the operation was a fail. It didn't do anything. And I'm right back to where I was after all of that. So I took a lot of drops, but I didn't do any damage. I'm not any worse off. It's just futile. You know, there's certain things that are chronic that there's no cure for. And all he was hoping to do is get the pressure down and where it would stay low and I would get off drops. But people that have not severely damaged glaucoma in their eye, that stent can do that for them. But it didn't for me. So he says, it is what it is. And, I said, okay, well, what's the future forecast? And this is where it's a little, disconcerting because time flies by so fast. He was asking me about my travel and my trip. They know I'm a YouTuber and all that. And he said, well, you probably won't want to be traveling as much and, down the road, say 50. I said, what if I live to be 80? And that's when he said, you probably won't want to be traveling as much because you will probably, if you live 15 more years, be blind in the left eye. So, all you honeys out there looking to hook up with a one-eyed sharpshooter, this is what your forecast is. But I said, what do you mean, like blurry, black? He said, very blurry, dark is what the forecast is for the left eye. So yeah, get out there and live now. Get out there and see what you can now. Live your life. And then the right eye, while it is not nearly as damaged, but has it, could be, where this one is, down the road, not too far or whatever. If I take these drops, slow it down some. But it doesn't look like my vision has a very good outlook later in my life. So now, that only tells me is obviously I've already am of the belief and promote that to everybody out there to live your life because nobody's promised tomorrow. Now look at it. What if you're alive tomorrow, but you can't see? Or you're alive tomorrow, but you can't be far from a dialysis center? Or you're alive tomorrow, but, your hips and knees and whatever else that you could get. You're not dead, but you're unable to do 25, 50, 70, 80% of your life that you were doing just a week before or a year before. So nothing's going to stop the fact that we're going to die. Nothing's going to stop aging. And nothing's going to guarantee you that if you work a little longer and keep putting money in the bank a little longer and wait for a little bit more Social Security check, nothing's going to guarantee that you won't experience health issues that will prevent you from living this life that you think you're going to enjoy by giving that extra time and just losing that part of your life, just giving it away to a job, to investments, to do something that prevents you from finally becoming a free person and doing what you want to do. Now, if you have no desire to do that, you've put yourself in so much debt, you're just one of these people that, to you, the best life is to stay in debt by having the latest car, every couple of years when the lease ends, and you're never going to get out of debt. If you're this kind of person that wants to do that, then you're in a prison. But that's the prison you chose, and that's the prison you want to be in. But if you have this dream that, man, it sure would be nice to go out and travel, and I don't necessarily care about having a big home anymore, or 2 cars and lawnmower payments and all that, and hey, health could change, then you need to wake up today. You need to listen to what I'm saying, and you need to make a decision that you need at the first minute you can to supplement a free check you can get from Social Security, working for yourself, making some good money, or working for somebody, but affording yourself, even if you don't go travel like I do, because I'm able to make money doing what I want to do, traveling, meeting friends, and not having to go to a prison job, even part-time. That's what I'm doing right now. That doesn't guarantee us what's going to always happen. It could end tomorrow. And then I'll have to do what I'm telling you should do. Work for yourself. Get some kind of trade. Maybe I'll end up learning how to do construction work from Teddy. No. If I have to go back out to passing out biscuits and Triscuits at Publix, I'll do whatever I got to do. If I got to shovel horse manure. But as long as I'm not working 40 hours a week and I'm living a life, and if I can't drive, then I'll figure out other fun things to do. You know, I'll just do what I got to do. But you really need to consider of how brief life is and how fortunate you are if you can drive a car, if you can stand up straight and walk down the darn road. You're a rich person. People that are stuck in wheelchairs and in horizontal in beds or short leash to a doctor every week they got to go to, or they got to take shots, or their eyesight is gone, they can't drive themselves anymore. Any of the thousands of things out there that can affect your health. Let that be if you learn anything from this video, let that be the most important thing in your life, is maintaining and hoping that your health, that you're one of these lucky ones that lives a long life and you can walk, see, smell, hear, all your senses, and you don't have to go to doctors. But don't let it be that you're so boastful that you know what's going to happen. You're in charge of your future. You think that you're not going to get sick. You think that you're going to be as healthy and as ambitious and as, not ambitious, but as athletic as you are today, next year. Things can change. So if the window is there for you to start crushing it, and that's what you want, I'm talking to those that's what you want. Not to those that don't care about it. Not to those that don't want to stop working. Not to those that want to wait for the extra check so they can brag that they can buy the, name brand Depends over the store brand. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to people that's got a desire to live a life that they've never had except when they were a child, when they were being supported. Then you went into that life of having to support you and everybody else that was around you if you got involved in all that, growing a family. And then you get this little window left, this final chapter of your life that you can once again enjoy the freedoms that you see retired people or wealthy people that don't have to work anymore. They got an inheritance. They're whatever. They got some money and they don't have to work. And they're doing what they want to do. I travel around in this RV and I see these people in these big diesel Airbuses, big giant things, and they can afford to run something like that. And they have all the options, and God bless them. Here's one right now. I'm going to pass it. I'll show it to you. Who are these people? They're living life. I mean, there's no way somebody that owns that still has to be in a prison job. Take a look at this. The person that's driving that right now has options. And they've chosen, this for this week. They probably can do a lot of things. And they probably do a lot of things. They may not be a full-timer. But look at that big diesel, 350 horsepower Tuscany. Look at that. They're going down the road. They're seeing America. Driving a fantastic machine that cost an arm and a leg to go from here to Jacksonville. The fuel cost, the tires, the maintenance. But that's the level they're at. When did they start? I don't know. But he's getting all he can, or she's getting all she can in right now. God bless you. So take it from me, folks. Health is wealth. I know I'm saying something that most people know, but if you're just sort of like not paying attention to it, you don't take it to heart. You're like, I'll live tomorrow. Like the guy said on one of these comedians that went and got his eyes checked and found out he had, he needed glasses. There's a fun, Brian Regan, he does this eyeglass thing. He is, I'll see tomorrow. Who needs it? I'll see tomorrow. Don't overlook it. If you got a little problem with your eyes, you better go to the doctor. I didn't, and now I got, all this damage. But look, right now, I see excellent. This could be really bad in a year. So I'm going to crush it for sure. I'm taking to heart what I'm talking. I'm listening to myself. I'm going to absolutely do it because you can't do ding dong if you can't see. Man, can you imagine? Well, the right eye is going to be around a while. I'm not going to be able to, I'm not going to be going around with a cane just yet. But, if I lose my driver's license or it's too difficult or whatever, this is a depressing video. No, I just want to encourage you to get out there and live your life if you can. If you're getting close to 62, don't wait. Don't wait. If you got too much debt and you can't afford it, you just want to keep rolling with new cars and stay in debt, you do you. You do you. But I'm talking to people out there that want to do the minimalist life. They want to do the free life. They don't want to be strapped with 15 different creditors every month with their hand out. Pay me to enjoy this and that and the other, when you can get so much enjoyment out of just simply seeing our beautiful country, meeting people, and sharing it with someone. I mean, how special is that? At least for a few years. And then do something else if you want. It doesn't have to mean, I'm not saying I'm going to do this all my life, but I'm hooked on travel. I love it. I love seeing all the different places I've never been yet, and I love repeating the places. I might want to get back to that Grand Canyon and take more video. I just read in comments today that there's a bill that's going to be passed where we can also, where we can go back to sharing videos on YouTube, like small time people, like YouTubers, not a big, production company. They probably have to have their permits and whatever, but people like me walking around going like this, I can't put it on YouTube. That's ridiculous. So if that passes, I'll be going to all those national parks and Moab and stuff. I got to go back to Moab, and I got to get there before it gets hot. It's already too hot out there in Laughlin and everything. Plus, I don't need to go back. I just left there. Good thing I can see these cars coming. But, yeah, I mean, certain things give you epiphanies. Certain things, you go to the doctor and he says, hey, in 15 years, you're probably not going to have that eye. If you went to the doctor and they said, if you don't quit those cigarettes today, you're out of here in 6 months. Wouldn't you quit? But people find it so hard to quit. I can't put them down. But let somebody with authority like a doctor tell you, you're going to be out of here in 6 months. You'll probably quit them. Most people would. And the same way with alcohol, drugs. If they even could say, if they could prove that talking with a potty mouth would do something detrimental to your health, and they told you this will cause something, you'd quit it. So do all the good things that you're supposed to do. Be nice, smile, talk to people. Be the way we were years ago. Bring back, friendship and the way the country used to roll. Helping neighbor, lifting each other up, doing favors. Stop all this, you own the road, and being mean and saying things and doing things to people you don't even know. Why are you so unhappy? Stop doing that. You're going to be out of here sooner than you want to be, and then you're going to have regrets. You're going to say, if I had a do-over, I'd have been nicer. I'd have done some things. I wouldn't have worried about so much. I wouldn't have killed myself. So folks, please, do the golden rule, live a nice life, be nice to everybody, spread it. Spread love. God says that love is the most important commandment of all. And man, I've been humbled, in my last few years, what I thought I had in a relationship, what I thought I had in my health, what I thought I had with my finances, what I thought I had with my youth, what I thought I had in my personal belongings, my home. When I saw that rent went up and I didn't own anything and I was at the mercy, when I saw a relationship that I thought was solid and it really wasn't, when I saw my health that I thought I'm invincible, and now I see, and other things can happen too. And then when I see, things that I look at in a different light now, it changes you. And people that are blind to that are just taking everything for granted. They think they're going to live forever. They think they own the roads. They think they don't have to respect anybody. They talk any way they want. They drink as hard as they want every day. They don't care what they're doing to their liver. They take all these drugs, pharmaceutical and illegal drugs. They try to destroy other people's lives. They do violent acts. They do all of these different things that are not just wrong, but dead wrong. They're in this column over here. You can erase all of that. You can change your life. I changed a lot of my life. I'm still not an angel, but I was never so crude. I was never, that doesn't mean that I'm better than anybody else. They can change. They can start worrying about their health, their money, start living their life, changing their attitude, changing the way they look at other people of different colors, changing the way they look at other people that vote differently, changing the way that they look at people that want to buy something that they don't like, or all of these opinions that you're letting, whatever's influencing you, that you're letting give you this opinion that you need to think a different way and be hurtful to people that you're being brainwashed into believing you're the wrong one. And so check yourself. That's what I did. I started checking myself. I got off the booze, off the drugs, pot, years ago, off talking like a drunk sailor, on to God, on to spreading love, on to being kind, on to trying to give my time and energy I can to help others, off lifting other people up, talking to people, smiling at people, asking them questions. And man, what a life-changing, wonderful life I have now. That's only getting better and better and better. And I know that burns some people up. And we're never going to change that. And I'm not concerned about that. I'm going to do me. And what I'm doing, I think, and I know is the right thing. And I know a lot of you out there are doing the same exact things. In fact, I'm emulating you. From what I read and hear, I learn from you too. And so we're the winners. Winning. And don't be a loser. Don't go down the wrong path. Go down the right path. You got a brain. You know right from wrong. You know how you should talk and not talk. You know what you should do and not do. You know if you're being the ugly one. And you know if you're doing the very best you can. Whether it be as good as you can do or not. You know right from wrong. We all do. We all got that in us. Is it that difficult to do the right thing? Why would anybody choose to do the wrong thing? What makes people do things that hurt themselves health-wise or try to hurt others? Why? So folks, remember, live good, always smile, and crush it.